You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
Do you love history but hate when it's stuffy and boring? Well, look no further and join me, Katie Charlwood, your friendly neighbourhood social scientist and reader of books, as I delve into unsolved historical mysteries, murders by gaslight, and of course, women who have been misrepresented through all time. On Who Did What Now, the history podcast that's not your history class. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Want more control over your life? You need more control over your money. Hi, I'm Jean Chatzky, and that's why I started the Her Money podcast. From understanding your money personality to taking steps to earn more, spend wisely, invest for tomorrow, and protect it all, I can help you get there. So join me. Subscribe to Her Money with Jean Chatzky, wherever you get your podcasts.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello, and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and I'm here with Jeff, Ken, and Matt, coming in weird.
Hello, Neal.
Hi. The dead air before you started, we started looking at shit like which one of us is supposed to do the intro, even though it's almost
Usually when it gets down to
just like to
two
make it
is
uncomfortable.
when he throws it to someone. You ready to look?
Just Matt doesn't like to do it, and Jeff doesn't like to do it.
Yeah, Matt prefers not to do it, and Jeff turns his mic off.
Makes people think you're our boss. Now. I don't know why. I just feel like anxious. But you are, but even though I've heard the catchphrase 5,000 times by this
It's
point.
because I can't.
Well,
I
Matt-
can't
Matt
remember.
still says
I
show.
can't remember if it's a game or a show.
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's all a show to Matt, so that's what it is.
Life is a show.
This
So-
is serious. It's a game.
I thought life was a highway, Matthew.
Sometimes.
There is something serious I want to talk about because a lot of people have been asking this question over and over for the last quite a while, and finally I want to let the cat out of the bag. Yes, me and Neal are separated for the last 7 years.
I know. Well, I have to try and find, a new partner maybe, and as long as people keep my name out of their mouth, I think we'll be okay.
Yes, listen, we're still co-hosts, but we have separated.
Yeah, and as I saw online, people said, the world before when we weren't separated was the same, and the world that will be after we're separated will be the exact same.
Well, every couple of months, I'll come out of my house and just like drag you in the media. Okay? So don't worry, everything will be the same.
Everything will be normal and healthy. Matt, speaking of slaps, how is the slap bet going with you in the Maryland area? I know you have a slap bet with one of your customers at the conglomerate. Have you gotten a slap on them yet?
No, I'm not personally allowed to slap any customers in the conglomerate. Laws and lawsuits will follow. So I try to keep my hands to myself.
Maybe one day.
Like you can hope, just one day.
Yeah, maybe a purge of some sort.
I hope to live in a world where slap bets are perfectly normal.
With customers?
Well, you know what? We didn't.
Yes.
We're just with any strangers.
Why not, Matt?
Fair enough.
Dream big.
Well, we did have a special slap bet with someone we'd like to introduce first here. She said if you don't get me on the show in a certain amount of time, you get slapped. We were 1 week late.
It's not really a slap bet. It's more of a threat.
It's more of a threat. She threatened us to be on the show. No, we wanted to have her on the show. She's in town. We're super excited. Coming to us from Greenville, South Carolina. Rules Guy Impersonator Lauren Couchois. How are you, Lauren?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
Doing great. And listeners might remember you on 2 episodes, I think, both with your sister Christina, right?
Yes, exactly. The Madonna Sex book was our
that's
first
right.
one.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have it here to show you. It's at my parents', I think, but I don't want to be like, let's go to my parents and I'll show you the sex book.
He's always ready to whip it
normal.
out. That's Neal.
It's really weird, but that worked on me like 8 years ago. Neal's when I lying.
met. That's why this podcast exists. I just said, you want to see my sex book?
Peter Pitt and
so
sex
tell
book.
us, Peter Pitt and sex books. Tell us a little bit about yourself if people don't remember.
The new Netflix and chill.
So, like you said, I'm from Greenville, South Carolina, in town. So I'm thrilled that this worked out to be here with you guys in person. I'm a dietitian. I oversee a lot of farm to school stuff for school nutrition and a really cool program where we help students with special education students that may not be on track for their high school diploma get employability credentials. So we teach them culinary skills so they can go into the workforce and show that they're employable. And I've got 2 awesome kids, Olive and Cal, and my great husband, Kyle.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being here and taking a break from Broadway to spend some time with us. But thank you. And we do have a special host here who's saving the day wearing a cape and a superhero outfit. He's been on the show before. You might have heard him on a Patreon bonus or maybe on another episode, coming to us from right down the road in Lisle, Illinois. Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, David Kantorski. How's it going, David?
All right. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for putting together today's game. We know you did it last minute. You were working on it a little bit, but you put it together last minute, so we really appreciate that. Tell the folks at home a little bit about you.
Yeah. So still selling computers, not as exciting or promoting as Lauren's job there. Still got 2 kids, though, that keep me busy. And I believe, I don't know when this episode's coming out, I did mention that I do host pub trivia. Kind of on a little break from that right now, but hopefully going to be doing that again soon. I'll be in the Western Burbs area. Of course, I'll let you guys know, and I'll promote it on Facebook with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, hopefully some of our listeners can come check you out and listen to some of those questions. Ken, you've partnered with Lauren today.
Yeah, well, given our separation, I thought I could channel the founder and CEO of Goop, and we could be conscious uncoupling.
Conscious uncoupling. Okay.
Ugh, I hate it.
But
I love
that was
it.
her and Chris Martin, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to be conscious uncoupling, Jeff, I think we have to do something in the realm of what we've been talking about. What do you think we should be?
I would like to be the Jade a Pinkett Egg.
The Jade, a Pinkett Egg.
The Jade eggs. Yeah, we get it, Jeff. We get it.
And they're our sponsor today. I'm actually using one right now, and hopefully it will improve my trivia performance, but it's definitely uncomfortable. I'll say
That's
that.
how that guy won that chess tournament, right? I don't remember.
I think so. Well, I think it had Wi-Fi. That's why I think. Well, we have our teams.
Is there an upper limit to how many you can use at once?
I think it's all to the user, right? It's the eye of the beholden, or the hole of the beholden.
It's a scary eye of the beholder.
I'm so glad I'm here.
Just
It's
madness.
all in the show. I'm not editing a single bit out.
Well, we have our teams. We have Jade, a Pinkett Egg versus Conscious Uncoupling, and David is our host, but we have to get the rules. Lauren, you're in studio today. Any rules read?
Ooh, yeah. Let's do Dutch Boy.
All right. Let's hear it. Willem.
De regels van het spel zijn simpel. 20 vragen verdeeld over 2 rondes, waarbij elke vraag 10 punten waard is. Halverwege is er een speciale swingronde, ontworpen door de host van deze week. Na deze rondes beginnen de spelers aan de finale, met de punten die ze hebben verdiend. En hebben ze de mogelijkheid om 0 tot 30 punten in te zetten op 5 gecategoriseerde vragen. Aan het eind van het spel wordt iemand benoemd tot the cream of the crop.
If you did not understand what Willem said, just go back to another episode and you'll figure it out.
If you don't know
or start taking Duolingo.
I was just saying, study the Dutch language.
Today's other
on
sponsor, Duolingo.
Not a paid sponsor.
My favorite Duolingo is where Dua Lipa is actually the instructor.
I hear the owl gets very aggressive if you don't do your lessons.
Is that the owl that when you lick the lollipop, it gets angry?
It's very similar.
Okay.
But I actually get aggressive when I don't get any trivia questions, so let's get to the game.
All right. So the first round, pretty straightforward. I just have simple categories for you. And then I might have a little bit more fun with the second half here. But question number 1 is in music. Being a part of the late 80s and early 90s Bay Area punk scene, this band was known as Sweet Child from 1987 to 1989. But they changed their name to their current name. Don't let the years deceive you, as their first big album did not come out until 1994. And while I thought it was a great album, some just read the title and think it's crap. Which band is this?
Neal, we can lock in here.
Yeah, I had a strong suspicion, and then the end kind of finished it for me.
Agreed. Yep.
What do you want to say?
We're going to go Green Day.
Oh.
Yep, we're going number 2 answering this question. And we also said Green Day.
Green Day is correct. So I figured the Dookie hint was going to help out a little bit there. Sweet Child, I was afraid might have swayed you towards like Guns N' Roses. So
When you say Bay Area punk scene, I immediately go to Op Ivy and Green Day. So
Yes, I go to Rancid.
It's usually rancid here after like an hour. Sorry, Lauren. By the time the heat gets us.
all right, question number 2 is in pop culture. Spencer's Gifts is a North American mall retail store with over 600 stores throughout the U.S. and Canada. While it's known for selling novelty and gag gifts, clothing, band merchandise, room decor, and body jewelry throughout the year, they also do own what meme-worthy store that basically does the same, and at its peak has 1,400 stores.
Are they the same company?
I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of. I mean, I feel like they're in the same realm. You don't get the FBI T-shirts with the federal, inspector,
Body?
the cream of the crop of America in that store. But I don't know. What do you think? I think Matt shops at this place, and I think we should go with it. Do you want to go with it?
I have nothing further to say.
Okay, we're locked in.
Well, Lauren, I don't think it's Sharper Image, but I do think it's another mall store, right?
J. Crew.
J. Crew, perhaps. I was thinking Hot Topic, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, Jeff, title of our new podcast where we talk about all the hot goss. We said Hot Topic.
Yeah, I've got a little jingle for it. It goes, Hot Topic.
Unfortunately, nobody picking up points.
Is it Gadzooks?
No, you guys missed the meme-worthy store.
Yeah.
And at its peak, it has 1,400 because they're not open year-round. This is Spirit. Halloween.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. So moving into question number 3. Geography adjacent. What rugged and mountainous range located on the coast of California lends its name to not only a Mac OS version, but also a Jack Kerouac novel and a Jack Johnson song?
All right, I think we're going to lock in on this one reluctantly.
All right, Jeff, what do you know about banana pancakes?
They are delicious.
You hardly even notice.
Exactly. What I will say is I know Mac OS had a Sierra or High Sierra. The Sierra Nevadas are a mountain range in California.
They're in California, not Nevada. So it's a trick.
He just said West Coast. He didn't. It's not like a trick.
Oh, okay.
But that would be my guess. I don't know.
That's fine with me. I have no idea. I trust you. So if it's Sierra, I'll feel good about it.
We're going to second that guess.
Maybe I need to put a little bit more hints in here. But after Sierra, I believe, was Big Sur, which is also the song and novel. So.
Oh, yeah, right. Jack Kerouac.
You put plenty of clues. We just ignored them.
Yeah, we're all jade-egged up here, so let's get anybody's game.
Then let's move into question number 4 about movies. Which brother, known more for writing and starring in films like Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood and White Chicks, also starred next to Jared Leto in Requiem for a Dream?
All right, we are locked in.
So the Wayans family.
Sorry, that was my egg.
The Wayans family is very talented. Keenan Ivory, famous director, directed a lot of the films with the family in it. But we're looking for the man who still gets money from not playing Robin in the Batman and Robin franchise back when Joel Schumacher.
They're paying him for it?
They still pay him to this day for not being Robin because they promised him Robin, and then they hired Chris O'Donnell, but he still gets a paycheck. So we said Marlon Wayans.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we said Marlon Wayans.
Hey, and you guys are back on track. It is Marlon Wayans. So, and question number 5. It's politics and media. This social and political activist, who also co-founded the Youth International Party, was arrested in 1973 for cocaine possession with the intent to sell and distribute. He did skip bail, had cosmetic surgery, and lived in hiding as Barry Freed for nearly 7 years before turning himself in. Always one for media drama, a pre-taped interview with Barbara Walters aired that same day. Who is he?
Lauren, Ken, we're going to lock in based on a movie reference, and we're hoping it's right.
Okay. Oh, the movie reference? Maybe it's the guy from Blow.
Sure.
Johnny Depp.
Exactly.
I don't know his
What's
name.
his name?
I don't know.
9-year-old Johnny Depp got arrested for cocaine.
I don't think we're gonna get this one, Lauren. So how's about we pick somebody who we know had some a change to their appearance, and we say Face Off's Castor Troy.
I love it.
Ooh. Castor Troy. Right now, I'm putting my fingers down Jeff's face very slowly.
Sorry, I hate that move so much.
Lauren just threw up in the studio.
And I could eat a peach all day.
So thankfully, David put a lot of hints in here. I know we haven't been getting them so far in the game, but I do remember this person had a tumultuous career after what maybe they're perhaps most famous for. I wrote to Jeff Sacha Baron Cohen in Trial Chicago 7, and we couldn't think of the name. I went to the alphabet. I got A and B, which led me to Abby Hoffman. So we locked in with Abby Hoffman.
And exactly, once again, you are correct in
Wow.
using movies to
Well
get there.
done.
What a
It was
pull.
Abby Hoffman. So,
All right, and with that last correct answer, the eggs have it. They're up 30-20 over continuous uncoupling. Uncoupling? Uncoupling.
Unconscious.
Conscious.
Conscious
Oh
uncoupling.
boy,
Conscious
this
uncoupling.
this is why I should write stuff down. All right, let's go to question 6.
question 6 is in sports. Cooper Kupp is the first receiver that won the receiver triple crown and the Super Bowl in the same year. However, there are 3 other triple crown winners, unfortunately not making it to the Super Bowl in the same year. I want you to name those 3 receivers. And to go ahead and point out a triple crown for the receiver means they led the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Yeah. And here, you know what? Name 2 for points.
All right, so I guess we're gonna introduce a new factor onto the show, and that's the Matt Phone a Friend. So we're gonna use our Matt Phone a Friend for this one. So what are you guys thinking?
Okay, so we wrote down Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald. Maybe Jerry Rice is too easy of an answer because, Jeff, you said maybe he won the Super Bowl because he won a lot of them.
I think he won a few of them when he was he was only with San Francisco, right?
Yeah, well, he went to the Raiders at one point.
Oh, that's right. But I mean, I think him and Montana were like unstoppable, right?
Yeah. What were we going to say, David?
I was going to say, can I go ahead and clarify?
Uh-huh.
They won the Triple Crown, but did not win the Super Bowl in the same year.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, and we just think that's why we were thinking Jerry Rice was a little difficult because he may have won the Triple Crown in years where he would have won the Super Bowl likely.
Right. So, and Randy Moss didn't. If he maybe won one Super Bowl, but do you want to say
if he did, it was with the Patriots.
right? Do you want to say Randy Moss and I liked your answer, Larry Fitzgerald?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, that's what we're locking in with.
I usually eat my Jerry Rice out of my Cooper cup. Matt, what are the answers? Please have them.
Jerry Rice is most definitely one of them, I'm pretty sure. And I think the other one is a former Panther, and I think it's Steve Smith. I don't know the third one.
Yeah, Jerry Rice won the Triple Crown in 1990. We're going to fast forward. In 2005, Steve Smith was also a Triple Crown winner.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in 1992, it was Sterling Sharp.
Oh, the other
Shannon's
Sharp
was
brother.
the last one. Yeah. So
I guess he didn't, Matt. I guess he didn't skip his chance to do that. Someone will get that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not
It's a
me.
good-
All right. Moving into question number 7. Another one about movies. What holiday film featured cameos from Frank Stallone, Roger Clinton, and Stephen Baldwin as they all attended a support group called Siblings Anonymous with the title character?
I'm trying to remember. I just watched this recently. and
Why?
I'm like, I think I blocked it out of my
In
head.
July? What are you doing?
It's a holiday film?
Yeah.
It's a 4th of July movie. Sounds like Matt knows it, so you might want to use your phone a friend and even the playing field.
I know.
Oh, I thought we weren't allowed in the Matt Phone a
Oh,
Friend.
you're
I
allowed.
think you're
Everyone's
better than
allowed.
us.
Everyone's allowed.
But
it.
does can Neil swallow his pride and use it on a movie question? Is the question. That's the
So,
real
it's
question.
a, so it's a holiday film with a title character.
Yeah, I just need the title character. Oh, it's Oh yeah. Hold on. It's one of the Santa Clauses. It's I think. He doesn't have. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's Fred Claus. We're gonna lock in with Fred Claus.
Yeah, we said Fred Claus.
Oh, watching you work through that, Neal, was just classic. So it is Fred Claus, the brother of Santa Claus. So
It's not Fred Claus the person.
Because I was like,
Fred
there's no way
Claus.
Disney would be putting Frank Stallone in a movie, and I was like, it has to be something grittier. Yeah.
all right, question number 8.
The gritty movie
We're gonna
Fred
talk about-
Claus, by the way.
We're going to talk about cartoons. This cartoon character ranks 5th among their group of friends, despite being the dirty kid. However, on rare occasions, they cleaned up to impress Violet, who he was quite fond of. Might be confusing for more recent fans of this cartoon, since the last time we saw him clean up, there was a shared crush between him and Patty.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jeff.
We're going to go Pigpen.
We agree. We said Pigpen of Peanuts fame.
It is Pigpen.
So he cleaned up, huh? He had like a she's all that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Walked down the stairs.
I thought they just hosed him
Saw
down out
Freddie
back.
Prinze Jr. And he's not the one with the blankie, right? That's Linus?
Correct.
That's Linus. Yeah.
So Linus has the blankie, Pigpen.
Pigpen is the one where the
Dirty one.
lines
The cloud
just,
of dust.
Yeah, just kind of emanate.
That'd be
from
bad
around.
for me. I
They
couldn't be friends with
they
him.
call the kid Pigpen.
I know. I feel bad for him.
All right, question number 9. Your category is sports. In February 2023, Tom Brady announced his retirement from professional sports again.
For now.
I didn't mean to do that one. I meant to do this one. There you go.
Oh,
I'm sure
the
people
first,
feel two ways about it. So that's
the
fine.
first one was correct. So,
Wait, is there a Wolverines one on here still?
Probably.
okay, so Brady announced his retirement, and while he's known mostly as being a Patriot, I want to know what professional sports team was the first to draft him. They have since moved, rebranded, and even won a world championship of their own.
All right, Jeff and I are going to phone a friend to Matt, and we'll lock in.
Okay. Oilers are not a team anymore.
They're not a team anymore. They have rebranded.
That's the only one I can think of.
And he's
that's
been in
left the league.
Yeah, he's been in there a minute because it feels like that's too
He's.
long ago, but maybe not.
I don't think so. Should we go with it?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
like it.
Matt, we might be completely wrong, but we were thinking maybe it was kind of a trick, and it was like many quarterbacks that get drafted by a baseball team, but you'll let us know.
That is probably correct. It's important for me to root for the home team out here, which is the Nationals, which used to be the Montreal Expos. He was the last remaining professional athlete drafted by the Expos to still be playing.
They moved in 2004, I believe it was, to Washington, became the Nationals, won the World Series a couple years ago. Tom Brady was a third baseman and was drafted back in '95 out of high school.
Oh, okay.
So,
Because Pat Mahomes was drafted in the baseball, and John Elway was drafted to the Yankees, and some other people too.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. And then for the final question of this round, it's in history. This university, founded in 1876 in Baltimore, Maryland, is named after a philanthropist who passed away only 3 years earlier. It is the first U.S. university based on the European Research Institution model. Only fitting that their motto, when translated to English, is "The truth will set you free."
So Neal and I were, of course, first thinking about famous philanthropists, and we thought of Carnegie Mellon, which I'm pretty sure is in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So the other one that we went to, which I know is in the Baltimore area, definitely named after a person. We don't know if it's right. We said Johns Hopkins.
And we said the exact same thing.
And you guys are both correct.
Nice.
Yay.
Yeah, 3 years after he passed away, the university was built, and I thought that was kind of an amazing fact in its own. So,
All right, after the first round, we have a really tight game, a lot of points going back and forth. Jada Pinkett Egg, 70 points in the lead, consciously uncoupling. Nope, never going to say it right. 60 points, 10 points down. As I always say, it's anyone's ball game.
Well, one thing we wanted to do here, we were talking before we started recording, and we realized that in a long time we haven't asked for anyone to give us a review. A review on iTunes could be super helpful to the show, and we'd love to see your reviews. We've seen so many of them over the years. Lauren, I think you wrote a review, I believe.
Yeah, way back when.
Way back
One
when.
word just said sucks.
Sucks, yeah. David, you wrote one. I think it said pass, but at least it was a review. But we'd really appreciate it if you go on iTunes. Even if you're not on Apple, you can still leave a review. It'd be super helpful just to help with visibility. I think we're around 500, Jeff? Something like that?
I don't think we ever got to 500.
Okay, so we want to get past 500, I guess, is what we're trying
Our
to say.
most recent
I think
one
we pushed
says
for it for a
that
while, and then it fell
our
off.
most recent one says Ken McNeil is amazing. So shout out to Ken McNeil.
Hey, there you go. And speaking of reviews, the other way you can help us truly is by becoming a patron. So you can go to patron.com/trivialitypodcast, where you can get 2 bonus audio episodes a month, plus all of our newest episodes ad-free, as well as join a community of people helping us continue to grow. We didn't have chairs. We were just standing the entire time, Lauren, and when you came, the patrons helped us get a chair. So thank you for that.
One chair that you all
And
share.
Dave, we're all sharing one chair, but it's working out just fine.
It's a big chair.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, though, to all of our patrons. If you'd like to join David and Lauren, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. David, what do you have in store for us today?
Well, just like the last time I was on, I've kind of given you hints to my halftime round already. The halftime today is there are exactly 10 actors that have won the Best Actor Oscar more than once. Okay? So yes, I have put part of their name in the questions or answers leading up till now, but I'm not going to let Jeff try to sing Eminem anymore. And I know Neal's probably already got all 10 down. But what I'm going to do is I have a famous movie line said by 7 of these actors. The 3 of them are a little bit more old-timey. I kind of came up with what I thought is clever clues, mainly because their movie lines are too vague or racist or both for me to put on this show. Okay?
Thank you for that.
No problem. So
Just going to throw it out there. Triviality stance is any amount of racist, too racist. Didn't know that had to be said, but...
Well, yeah, anything from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So actor number 1. And if you want to try to think back to the previous questions, I did line them up properly. So actor number 1, the movie quote is, "I drink your milkshake." Actor number 2. This actor racked up it's a clue here. This actor racked up the most nominations in this category and winning his 2 in back-to-back years. I can't recall him playing a detective, even though his name sounds like one. Question number 3, or actor number 3. Going back to a quote. "They were giving me 10,000 watts a day. You know, I'm hot to trot. The next woman takes me on, it's gonna light up like a pinball machine and pay off in silver dollars." Actor number 4, also a quote. "You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Charlie, let's face it." Actor number 5. "I have a name. It's Dorothy. It's not Tootsie or Toots or Sweetie or Honey or Doll." Actor number 6. Going back to a clue here. I was trying to find a super duper clue for this man, but it was quite tough because I can't stop thinking how he's dressed like a $1 million trooper. Actor number 7, also a clue. This is the hardest, but with Halloween around the corner, you might watch this actor's classic role, or is it roles? However, his name sounds something from a spring movie release. And actor number 8. I've been thinking about this. Mr. Hand, I'm here and you're here. Doesn't that make this our time? Certainly, there's nothing wrong with a little feast on our time. Number 9, also another quote. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great. And number 10, maybe a give me, but here's the quote. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
All right, we have our clues. We'll be back with our answers.
When Johann Rall received the letter on Christmas Day 1776, he put it away to read later. Maybe he thought it was a season's greeting and wanted to save it for the fireside. But what it actually was a warning, delivered to the Hessian colonel, letting him know that General George Washington was crossing the Delaware and would soon attack his forces. The next day, when Rall lost the Battle of Trenton and died from 2 colonial Boxing Day musket balls, the letter was found, unopened, in his vest pocket. As someone with 15,000 unread emails in his inbox, I feel like there's a lesson there. Oh well, this is The Constant, a history of getting things wrong. I'm Mark Chrysler. Every episode, we look at the bad ideas, mistakes, and accidents that misshaped our world. Find us at constantpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back with our answers. Some of them good, some of them not so good. But let's throw it back to David, get the abbreviated questions one more time, and we'll see how we did.
Actor number 1, the movie quote, I drink your milkshake.
Friend of the show, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Paul Dano. Either way, we would be happy. But yeah, DDL, right?
DDL, yeah.
That was the first one you wrote down.
That's right. On accident,
before the questions even happened.
Yeah, it happened to match. Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Obviously, yes, that was Daniel Day-Lewis. He has the most with 3 Oscar wins. So the question was about Green Day. That was how the clue linked up there.
Yep.
So,
famed lead singer of Green Day, Daniel Day-Lewis.
well, Day-Lewis.
Do you have the time
to listen to me whine?
Actor number 2, one of those old-timey actors, so I just gave a clue. This actor racked up the most nominations in this category, winning his 2 in back-to-back years. I can't even recall him playing a detective, even though his name sounds like one.
This one, the previous question answer helped me get to Spencer Tracy.
Yeah, we grabbed Adam's rib and said Spencer Tracy.
Spencer Tracy is correct. I was trying to go after that Dick Tracy theme in there. But yeah, he has been nominated 9 times in this category. All of these actors only have 2 wins besides Daniel Day-Lewis. Actor number 3. They was giving me 10,000 watts a day. You know, I'm like hot to trot. The next woman takes me on is going to light up like a pinball machine and pay off in silver dollars.
We thought this might be Jack Nicholson.
Is this from One Flew Over? Is this a
Maybe.
Ken Kesey quote? Well, regardless, we thought the same. Jack Nicholson.
It is from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, his first Oscar win. And then, of course, the question contained Jack Kerouac and Jack Johnson.
Yep. And for trivia purposes, he does have 3 Oscars, but only 2 for Best Actor, 1 for supporting, if you ever get asked that.
Yeah, because something had to give.
Well, that's why I pointed out it is a Best Actor, because this would go ahead and be a whole different list. So, actor number 4, movie quote, you don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Charlie, let's face it.
And then you came to me on the... No, I'm just...
David delivered that line almost as good as the actor, I will say. And we're saying that's...
Marlon Brando.
Yep.
Yeah, not to be confused with John Oliver's children's book, Marlon Bundo. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
but
Marlon Bundo.
we said Marlon Brando.
Nice.
That is correct. So, and that was Marlon Wayans. It was the answer for question number 4. Actor number 5. Movie quote, I have a name. It's Dorothy. It's not Tootsie or Toots or Sweetie or Honey or Doll.
For that one, we said Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, We agree that this is the Midnight Cowboy, Dustin Hoffman.
He's
Oh
not
my
the
God.
Midnight Cowboy. He's Ratso.
Either way, he's walking here.
Either way, he is Tootsie, which he did not win for. But yes, it is Dustin Hoffman. And that was the question about Abby Hoffman.
Still in the AFI 100 Greatest Films of All Time. So, not like it's a bad movie.
Actor number 6. This is the one going back to the the clues that I wrote for this guy. Trying to find a super duper clue for this man is tough because I can't stop thinking how he is dressed like a $1 million trooper.
So we didn't understand a single part of this one. Oh, did it pop in your head?
I think so.
All right, give it.
That or I'm way
Buzzer
off.
beater.
But
Go
it's
ahead.
better than nothing. Clint Eastwood is what we're not going with. My partner looks so
No, let's go with it.
You good with that?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Same genre.
I'm not gonna do anybody the disservice of singing the classic taco song, "Putting on the Ritz." But I'm pretty sure that the person who's dressed like $1 million trooper, who's super duper, is Gary Cooper.
Cooper Cup.
And I was pretty proud of that one.
Jeff, you kind of got it right there. Dressed like $1 million trooper, looking like Gary Cooper. Super duper. And yes, Cooper Cup was the clue there. Number 7. This is the hardest, but with Halloween around the corner, you might watch this actor's classic role, or is it roles? However, his name sounds something more from a spring movie release.
We figured this was probably from Jekyll and Hyde, but I don't know the actor in that, so we're out.
And that was my contribution.
We guessed Buster Keaton.
That was my contribution on this side of the table, and Neal said
Frederick March.
It is Frederick March. I figured I'd have to try to play off that last name, being halfway from Halloween.
Well, I'm glad you got us to Jekyll and Hyde because he's probably one of the most famous versions of it. But yeah, that was a hard one.
And that was actually his first win. He also went for Best Years of Our Lives. So Fred Claus was the question there. Actor number 8. I've been thinking about this, Mr. Ham. If I'm here and you're here, does that make it our time? Certainly there's nothing wrong with a little feast on our time.
This one was the Penn helped for sure. And we're going with Sean Penn.
Yep. We think it's for Mystic River Milk. We said Sean Penn.
Yeah. Quote being from Fast Times at Ridgemont High when he orders a pizza to the classroom.
Mr.
It
Hands.
is Sean Penn.
I was trying to think of what that was from.
Like I said, I tried to do it very monotone because I really wanted to. I've been thinking about it, Mr. Ann. So, all right, actor number 9. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
We said Tom Hanks.
Yeah, we agree. We said it was Tom Hanks.
In that little movie, League of Their Own, it is Tom Hanks. So that was Tom Brady was the question there. Oh, and for Sean Penn, the answer was Pigpen for the question that related to it. And then kind of a layup here for you. Movie quote for actor number 10. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
We went with Sir Anthony Hopkins.
one of the few films that won the Big Five. We said Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins is correct. And that's why I had to go ahead and research Johns Hopkins University so much.
Right after that swing round, Jada Pinkett's egg not cracking one bit, getting a perfect score. 120 points going into the second round. But just behind them is the team name that I cannot say. Conscious Uncoupling. Might have did it there. 100 points.
You did.
120 to 100. Second round. Let's have it.
All right. Being on short notice, that part of the game I had previously written mostly. So the second half, I really didn't have any inspiration. So I went ahead and hit my HomePod here and had Apple Music generate a music playlist for me. All right. And then based off the random eclectic playlist that they had, I ended up writing trivia questions on it. So your categories are actually going to be those songs that played on that HomePod as I wrote this game last night.
All right.
Not a sponsor.
Question number 1, it was In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. We all know the iconic scene of Lloyd Dobler standing outside of Diane Court's bedroom with a boombox raised above his head playing this song. That is too easy to ask. So what I want to know is, after his rant of the things he does not want to do for a career during a dinner with the Courts, what is the sport that Lloyd calls the sport of the future? I actually have a bonus part on this one. At the end of the movie, Lloyd Dobler does tell the father what he really wants to do with his life. What did he say he wants to do?
So how many bonus points is that?
Let's do 3.
Okay.
We can lock in over here so you guys can talk.
I think he's a kickboxer in the movie, so I think he's kickboxing would be the sport. What he really wants to do? Oh, I think he says he wants to make his daughter happy.
Great.
We said kickboxing for the sport of the future, and I don't know the exact line. It's he wants to make his girlfriend happy, Ione Sky, so his daughter happy.
It is kickboxing. The actual quote is, I'll give you guys the bonus points. What I really want to do with my life, what I want to do for a living, is I want to be with your daughter. I'm good at it. So
we're taking the points.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
said I'll give you the
just
points.
like Lloyd Dobler took Diane Court on that plane.
So,
Well, how many bonus points we get in there, Dave?
3.
3. All
I
right.
thought laser tag was the sport of the future.
And the next song that popped up, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. You had to guess Taylor would end up on this playlist, but don't worry, it's not about Taylor. Anti-Hero is a popular beer in the Chicago area from the Revolution Brewery. It is listed as an IPA. What does IPA stand for? And I am going to point this out. I am going to be particular.
That's what I had.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, we're going to lock in over here.
So we're going to say India Pale Ale.
Yeah, we agree. We think it is India Pale Ale.
It is India, not Indian, like some people may say. Pale Ale. Points to both teams.
It's a good beer.
Is there someone famous on that beer? Another little trivia nugget, like the person on the can?
Che?
No,
Do you just think it's Che?
No, it's a hop man with hops as a head.
Oh, is that the one?
Colonel Hops.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, the famous Colonel Hops.
Well, no, that's
Not
their
the rabbit.
character. It's,
the hop.
I start every day with a
He's dressed
salute
up
to
and
Colonel
just-
Hops.
2 hops this time.
All right. Question number 3. Who Are You by The Who? In September 2007, a late season call-up hit a single during a baseball game versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, causing this famous baseball announcer to get excited as he pointed out after 58 years of announcing baseball, he finally got to say, "Who is on first?" during a broadcast. That moment seems to rank high on his list of calls, even with calling multiple no-hitters, perfect games, and World Series. So I'm going to change it up here for you. If you can tell me the name of that announcer, you get full points. Or if you simply want to tell me the team he's calling for, that who played for, you get half points.
I know he called for them. I'm just trying to remember the name.
You're thinking it's the guy, I know who that is. You
Yeah,
think it's
I'm 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay, we're going to lock in over here.
Is it the guy who goes just a bit outside?
Bob Bucher?
So no.
I guess not.
Might be right. I don't know. I'm just answering the question.
Is that a baseball announcer?
That's he.
Then maybe we should say it, unless you have an idea.
No, I don't.
You're saying that's a first name of Buck?
No, it's a last name. Joe Buck's a current NFL announcer, and his father was an
All
announcer.
right. We could say last name Buck. That's a valid.
But I don't know if he was in NFL or baseball, but I feel like he was baseball.
I don't know why, but Joe Buck annoys me.
Because he should.
The
He's
buck
the
Joe
stops
Buck
there.
annoys everybody.
So we're saying Joe Buck's dad.
Joe Buck's dad.
Buck.
Joe Buck Sr.
Mr. Buck.
Jeff
Not
and I-
Uncle.
I was going to say if he's got a cousin, it's Uncle Buck to him.
Jeff and I have been working well as a team today, giving each other hints.
Yeah, pretty sure Who's on First was called by an LA Dodgers announcer. And the most famous one that we could think of, Neil wrote it down, was Vin Scully. So
Rest in peace. It is Vin Scully. If you guys would have went and just took half the points, it was the LA Dodgers was the team that he called for.
I almost went with a little game theory because before we heard that it was World Series no hitters because David, I believe you're a White Sox fan. Is that right?
He's got
I'm
a
a Red
Rays hat
Sox
on.
fan.
Oh, Red Sox. Okay. For some reason, I thought he was a White Sox fan. I was like, oh, maybe it's Hawk Harrelson. But no, luckily we went Vin Scully.
But by the way, Lauren, never pay attention to the hat. It
Okay.
always changes. I had an Expo hat on earlier, and then I realized that, and I'm like, had to ditch that one.
So he immediately swapped it for a Nationals hat.
All right, question number 4. This song was Superman's Dead by Our Lady Peace. When the comic sales dropped, the writing team felt fans took Superman for granted and decided to temporarily kill him off to emphasize his importance and also help introduce other DC heroes. In December of 1992, the writers did kill Superman. What supervillain completed this task, who is also the name of the first arc of the death of Superman?
Jeff, we can lock in because next to Madonna's sex book, believe it or not, was a pristine copy of this comic book.
I believe it. Also, Ken once told me he wanted to kill me off because it would make me more popular and people would
On
want
the
to bring
show.
me back.
Kill you off and then bring you back.
That'd be a good arc.
You'd have to come back, though, as Steel Jeff or Cyborg
I
Jeff.
have no clue, other than the bald guy.
Okay. So
That's good.
I think it might have been Doomsday.
Jesse Eisenberg. No.
I thought you at first you said the comic strip Bloomsbury is the villain, but yeah, we said it's Doomsday.
Doomsday is correct. So
Good job, Ken.
That was a good guess, though. Like Lex Luthor, the bald guy. That was a good guess. Main arch villain.
You're right. I did kill Superman.
I was gonna say, don't pity me.
No, I mean you were in the right ballpark. It wasn't like you said Joker or anything.
all right, question number 5. White and Nerdy by Weird Al Yankovic. I love Weird Al and his music videos, including this one. There are 4 male celebrities that appear in this video. I want you to name 3 of them for points on this question. And if you can name all 4, you get a bonus 3.
All right. So we picked 4 white and nerdy people, and it's a pure guess, but we're locked in.
We knew Donny Osmond was in it for sure, and then Jeff and I were sussing out 2 other people we knew played gangsters. We couldn't name them right away, but we believe it's Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
They're not white or nerdy.
They play other roles.
They are nerdy.
I'm very confused.
So we picked 4 white nerdy people, and we picked Mark Hamill, Paul Rubens, David Cross, and Martin Short.
Pretty white and pretty nerdy.
And getting points, Neal, even though he suffered, did pull it out. Key and Peele played gangsters in the video. The Donny Osmond is quite famous as he does his little butt shake right behind Weird Al throughout the entire video. The last one, it was a short cameo as he sat there waving his hands in front of a shelving unit of action figures. Seth Green.
Oh, wow.
No surprises there.
All right, so
Matthew.
So after 5 questions, conscious uncoupling, being uncoupled further from the lead, with 133, Jada Pinkett's egg firmly in control now, popping their way to 173 points.
I'm concerned that Matt is the one who's unconscious over there.
That reminds me of my favorite line from 21 Jump Street.
So I'll speed his track up a little bit.
My name's Jeff.
No, mine's
Jeez. That's going to be a long bleep.
That's your favorite quote?
That's my favorite, yeah.
That's going to be a long bleep.
I thought we were
All right,
firmly in cut all
let's
this
move
territory.
on from it. Let's move on from it.
All right. So song number 6 was Always on Time by Ja Rule. If you don't know who Ja Rule
Always
is.
there when you call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the featuring artist. Ja Rule's the one that's like, murder. Which got me thinking about murderers.
Naturally.
And yeah, James French was a murderer that was executed by an electric chair in Oklahoma in 1966. When asked for his last words, he said, "How about this?" before mentioning what side dish.
You work in food a little bit, Lauren.
I work in food a lot of bit, and I can't.
That's what is that normally in your training? Is
Neil,
talking about last words?
We can lock
yes, murderers and school nutrition go hand in
How
hand.
about this?
It has to be.
I mean,
That's funny.
I don't know why that's truly what I thought of, but I'm trying to think. Was there like a?
That's funny. That's why.
All right, we're done. We're great.
Because if
We are losing handedly anyway.
if it's last words and you want to kind of throw it in their face, I would just say mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, the guy's name was French, and he got the electric chair. So French fries. Like, he really did.
How about this for your headline? French fries is the correct answer. As his last name is French.
Said too.
I said it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go with your gut on that, but yours is funny. I like mashed potatoes though.
I would say mashed potatoes.
I was expecting for David to be like, no, he was like, how about French fries with a side of ketchup? So it's like,
I like that too.
All right. Song number 7 was Scenes from an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
Don't knock Billy. Do not knock Billy.
William, thank you.
Shout out to my partner Kate on this one, who's an amazing cook. And one of my favorite of her cooking is this Italian dish made of ground meat, sofrita, which is celery, carrots, and onion, tomato paste, wine, and milk. It is named after the region it originates from. Name that item.
I can't cook, so.
It's a Sicilian slop.
Well, some of this Sicilian slop over here.
Okay. Any initial thoughts?
Nope.
No.
No,
Any
I mean,
secondary thoughts?
yeah, we struggled a lot on this one, and we're gonna go with fajoule.
We said bolognese.
Nice.
Coming from the meat region of Bologna, bolognese is the correct answer.
What a guess,
Well
Jeff.
done.
Nice.
Well, I do like to eat, so I figured that's a thing I had heard of. And when he said it could be paired with noodles.
All right, song number 8, Return to Sender by Elvis Presley. Starting his career as a child actor alongside Elvis himself, this person got a 10-year contract with Disney before leaving Hollywood to play minor league baseball. However, he never got the call to the show and opted to return to acting. He has since played many iconic roles, including Santa Claus, Wyatt Earp, and even Elvis himself. Who is this actor?
We'll lock in quickly so Ken and Lauren can talk.
We can just.
My
sit here and
initial thought was
struggle.
Mickey Rooney, but the roles seem wrong. I think he did play Santa Claus in one of those animation movies.
So you thought it was Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rooney?
Mickey, did you say Mickey Rooney or Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rooney.
Oh, I was going to say Mickey Rourke played Santa's leather bag at one point.
Mickey Rooney was Santa in one of those animated things, I'm pretty sure.
Mickey Rooney doesn't seem like the type to play Elvis, though.
No, but it could have been like a...
That would have been a great movie.
I would have paid for that. It's too bad we can't make that happen now.
Kurt Russell? It could
Yes.
be Kurt Russell.
Yes, it could be.
Oh, he did play Santa?
Played Santa in that. Yeah, I like that answer.
right, Kurt
well
Russell.
done.
I was hoping that you weren't going to get it because then I was going to do a long diatribe about someone who died, and then in the palm of his hand was Kurt Russell.
Walt Disney was gripping the paper. I think we're enhancing this a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He had just written down Kurt Russell on a paper.
Yeah.
And it was on his desk. But in our mind, he was gripping it in his hand, in his dead palm.
It's like blood-soaked
His
paper.
rosebud.
Yeah, we said Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is correct, yeah. He tried to play minor league baseball to follow his father's footsteps, but obviously, like I said, never good enough, so. So, all right, question number 9. Elderly woman behind the counter in a small town by no other than Pearl Jam. According to the U.S. Census in 2010, Manawi is the only town with a population of 1. Elsie Elsner is that person, being the town's librarian and mayor, even granting herself a liquor license to sell alcohol.
To herself.
With that much corn around, I would make and sell alcohol too. What U.S. state is Manawi in?
We're going to lock in over here.
All right. So Nebraska has the Cornhusker team, right?
Yep.
Should we just go Nebraska?
I like it.
Yeah, we wrote down Nebraska, and then we figured if you went Nebraska, we'd go to my alma mater. We said Iowa.
We're between the two.
That's the two we wrote down.
Iowa is the most producing of corn, but I was going for the Cornhuskers. This is Nebraska.
There you go.
About
We
time we
needed that.
coin
Finally
flip.
fumbled in the
yeah.
second half here.
All right. And the last song finishing up this round, Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. The big difference between a billiards and a pool table is that a pool table has pockets, 6 to be exact. When playing pool, there are many different formats, like 9-ball, 1 pocket, 8-ball. But what I'm going to ask, in a standard game of 8-ball, what color is the highest numbered ball on the table? And a bonus 3 points if you can tell me if it is striped or solid.
I think we're going to go ahead and lock in here.
Okay, you wrote down yellow. I initially thought it was yellow with a stripe, but
Yellow
I think
is the first one, right?
that's what I'm saying.
1.
I think 1 is yellow.
And then I think 9 repeats with yellow again.
Okay, yeah, I think 1 is a solid, 9
I think
is
7 is brown. So that would mean 15 is brown.
I don't have the knowledge of that, but I will say I think
I feel like green is 4, purple's 3, orange is like 5-ish.
perhaps.
I think blue is like 6. So I think it's brown. But
I think it's yellow, and I think it's a stripe. I think 1 is solid, and 9 is striped.
what?
No, I'm just Matt's laughing at me.
I don't have knowledge of that. It's such a great way to say I don't know anything.
So what's your answer?
I think I'll go with Jeff here. I think we're going to say it's yellow and it's a stripe.
Okay. We were pretty sure it's a stripe because it starts with solid 1. And for whatever reason, we both had a hunch that it was purple. We're saying purple stripe.
Jeff, I really want to know where you're playing pool that there's a brown ball on the table.
100% wondered the exact same thing.
I was like, because Jeff was correct, kind of. It is burgundy. But I will give bonus points because you both said striped.
Okay. So, yes, maybe I'm a little colorblind.
So three bonus points each?
Sure. Yeah,
Burgundy. Yep, that's the color I was thinking of in my head.
All right, after the second round, Jada Pinkins Egg extending their lead with 206 points. The only thing preventing them from scoring was Korn, much like us in high school. Conscious of coupling with
really
156. Let's go to the final.
All right, what are our categories, David?
When he mentioned corn, I just kept thinking about that video. It's corn, a giant lump with knobs.
Big lump with knobs. It's got the juice.
So
great video.
All right. So your final round, actually being related to that last song, Hand in My Pocket, Alanis gave us the categories. With her hand in her pocket, the other one did 5 different actions throughout the song. And I use those as your categories tonight. It is giving a high five, which is a sports question. Flicking a cigarette, which is a food and drink question. Giving a peace sign, which is about U.S. presidents. Playing a piano, which is about music, and hailing a taxicab, which is about geography.
Our wagers are now in. We have bookended our 30s with zeros on either side. How about you guys?
Jeff said push it in, and I said it's already up there pretty high, but we're going 30s all the way down.
All right. In giving a high five, Patrick Mahomes has recently gone to 4 straight conference championship games. Second best to only Tom Brady. But I'm going to try and forget about him for this question. I want to know the last quarterback to lead their team to 4 straight conference championship games, not named Brady, and only making the Super Bowl once in that time frame, to lose to Tom Brady. And in flicking a cigarette, food and drink, Philip Morris, who owns Marlboro, Virginia Slims, and Parliament cigarettes, once owned this popular beer company from 1969 to 2002. The company originally started in 1855 and exchanged hands many times, including, ironically, being owned by the Southern African Breweries for a short time. It is now owned by Molson Coors. What company/brand am I talking about? Giving a peace sign in U.S. presidents. A peace sign is a raised fist with the index and middle fingers extended in a V formation. This is also the Cub Scout sign, the younger version of the Boy Scouts. Being an Eagle Scout myself, I know that Gerald Ford is the only Eagle Scout to have been U.S. president. However, there are 4 other presidents that have been in the scouting program as a youth, so under 18 years of age. Name 3 for your points, but you can have 4 guesses. In playing a piano, and of course music, this pianist won a full scholarship to Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University at the age of 5, becoming the youngest to do so. It was like a sort of fairy tale until at the age of 11, she left based on musical insubordination. This makes sense as she did break through in the 1990s, singing about feminism, politics, and religion. I guess God did have a plan for her. Who is she? And hailing a taxicab in geography. Starting in northern Alaska and going all the way to southern Argentina, the Guinness Book of World Records calls this the world's longest motorable road. Name it.
All right, we have our questions. We'll be back with the answers, hopefully. We are back, and we're ready to rock and roll and find out who will be today's cream of the crop.
All right. So we'll go through that final round again. First question, giving a high five in sports. Patrick Mahomes has recently gone to 4 straight conference championship games. Second best to only Tom Brady, but I'll try to forget about him for this question. I want to know the last quarterback to lead their team to 4 straight conference championship games, not named Brady. They did win one to make it to the Super Bowl, only to lose to Tom Brady.
Yeah, we talked about this one more than we should have since we wagered 0. But we landed on Russell Wilson.
This one we had a ton of trouble with. We started talking about Cam Newton. We're like, no, he wouldn't have taken his team to that many. He lost to the Broncos. We said Drew Brees probably went to a ton of them, but he won one and lost one. So the only name, we don't think it's right, but we just said Matt Ryan because we know he lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So that's what we got.
Matt, would you like to go ahead and confirm?
Yeah, man who threw up in the middle of the Super Bowl in the huddle, Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, and a hometown boy, also wearing the number 5.
Okay.
Giving a high 5.
Noted chunky soup lover.
So,
from what I remember.
Yep.
All
right.
They made it that many consecutive times.
Andy Reid.
Because they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. That's where you forget about them.
Right,
so.
right.
Flicking a cigarette in food and drink. Philip Morris, who owns Marlboro, Virginia Slims, and Parliament Cigarettes, once owned this popular beer company from 1969 to 2002. The company originally started in 1855 and exchanged hands many times, including, ironically, being owned by the Southern African breweries for a short time. It is now owned by Molson Coors. What is that company brand that I am talking about?
We were not sure, but we sure thought about it a lot because we got 30 points on this one, and we settled on PBR.
Yeah, we talked about that one. Jeff seemed to have a good idea about this one. I was useless.
Famous for being Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We thought it'd be kind of ironic if they weren't. So we said Miller.
It is Miller time.
You want to play that wah, wah, wah for us again? 'Cause this is... Thank you.
To make you feel better, Lauren, you guys never mentioned Miller.
We never mentioned Miller. Thank you. Yeah.
So, giving a peace sign in U.S. presidents. The peace sign is a raised fist with an index and middle finger extended in a V formation. This is also the Cub Scout sign. A younger version of the Boy Scouts. Being an Eagle Scout, I know that Gerald Ford is the only Eagle Scout to be president. However, 4 other presidents have been in the scouting program as a youth, meaning under the age of 18. You just have to name 3 of them for your points, but you have 4 guesses to do so.
Well, I sure don't know, but I picked some of the more rugged, I feel like, second half of the century presidents. So we said Reagan, Carter, Bush Sr., and Kennedy.
I think the scouting was much more recent, and I think the reason David asked about in their youth is because some became honorary scouts later and such. I think Biden might even be an honorary scout, but we said JFK, and then I'm pretty sure that the Bush family, both senior and HW, HW and W were involved. So we said Bush 1 and 2.
Did you have a 4th guess?
Oh, a 4th guess? Carter.
Okay. You guys are kind of correct because there were honorary or leadership responsibilities that some of these presidents took on after being 18. But the 4 that have actually been in the program under the age of 18, you guys both got JFK. And then it was Bill Clinton, George W., and Jeff, you named him Joe Biden.
Oh, I thought he was an honorary scout or something.
No, he actually wasn't. He might still be an honorary. He might have been recognized as an honorary scout now, but yes, he was in the program as a child.
Huh.
So no points.
No points.
Negative points, actually.
Good day, sir.
Yeah. Playing a piano in music. This pianist won a full scholarship to Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University at the age of 5, becoming the youngest to do so. It was like a sort of fairy tale until at the age of 11, she left based on musical insubordination. Makes sense as she did break through in the 1990s, singing about feminism, politics, and religion. I guess God did have a plan for her. I just want you to name her.
We thought about Alicia Keys for a moment, but we thought Fiona Apple might have fit the bill a little better here.
Yeah, this is all Jeff. I was writing down the wrong pianists.
Well, unfortunately, as much as I would love to admit I've been a bad girl, I think this is Tori Amos.
I was going to put an age in there to help you guys out. Tori Amos is this prodigy. Had songs like Some Sort of Fairy Tale and God. And those were your clues there. And then finally, inhaling a taxicab and geography. Starting in northern Alaska and going all the way to southern Argentina, the Guinness Book of World Records calls this the world's longest motorable road. Name that road.
We had 0 points, so we just said the road of no return, which is the road that we're on currently.
Neal was a big fan of this highway for 2 seasons. I think we said the Pan American Highway.
It is
Pan Am have 2 seasons? 1?
Oh, maybe.
Was it just 1 that got
Margot
canceled?
Robbie was on it. That's all I know.
I don't think it made 2. I don't think it made a full season. So, but yes, Pan American Highway is correct.
It's weird because I
Nice
thought
job on
that
the final,
show
guys.
had the legs to stand on.
Thank you. Yeah, well, a lot of it was Jeff here.
Nice job in the final, guys. You pulled a lot of points. But, Matt, where do we stand after all that?
All right, a tough final round for you guys over at the couplings. 66 points, but you know what? You ended up positive, so that's always something to be excited for. Today's cream of the crop with an amazing 266 points is Jada Pinkett's Egg.
We master crap.
How unfortunate.
Well, we're just going to subtract 30 from that for our real final score, but it still means we win 236.
So it sounds like you guys actually got 236, but the points don't matter because you beat us handily. Well, good job, guys.
They don't. Thank you. And Jeff, it's time now to finish the game for us. All right, it's out. We're done. All right. Well, you know, good game to you guys too. David, great game. Thank you for writing all these questions, especially the second half last minute for us. We really appreciate it. Any shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Shout out to you guys. You guys put out a great podcast. On occasion, you know, when you do put it out, Jeff.
Oh, wow.
So,
Take that, Jeff.
See how
but
long
yeah,
it takes for this one to come out.
Nice Thursday PM release.
yeah. But no, it's been fun and exciting. Great to meet you, Lauren. And yeah, looking to come back. Maybe being a contestant, so I don't have to worry about writing so much.
There you go. We'd be happy to have you. Lauren, you're a great team member here, but I'm sorry we couldn't pull it through.
This uncoupling, I can't even say it, uncoupling was really just a rough start from the beginning, I guess.
That's true. Well, we're going to consciously uncouple as a team, but we'll still be team members in our hearts.
I like that. Yeah.
Any final statements today?
No, again, same. I'll echo. David, thank you to you all. This is absolutely my favorite podcast out there. And not, there's nothing that touches you guys as far as like trivia podcasts for sure. You guys are the best. And we appreciate you, and shout out to my family. In particular, my husband, who told me if I was coming on here, I needed to say husband over and over again. And I was like, dude, I think I'm safe. I think you're safe. We're good. So I appreciate the confidence in letting me come here and be in person, because I've been a big fan of you guys for like 6 years, 7 years.
6
How long
years,
have you all
yeah.
been going?
Almost 7, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of us for 7 years, we should be concerned.
Yeah. That's why he wanted me to say it so much.
I was saying maybe that's. I'm just kidding.
Before we started, so. No, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you here in the studio.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lauren and David, for joining us today. As we said earlier, you can join them on Patreon at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. But more on that, you can actually support the show by checking out some of the other great shows on our network, Airwave Media. Go to airwavemedia.com to check out some cool shows like Pulse of the Planet, the Explorers podcast, which I don't believe is the kid sci-fi movie from the 80s, and Small Things Often, title of all of our sex tapes. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you next week for another episode of Triviality. For Lauren, Jeff, Ken, Matt, and David, my name is Neal. And once again, that was Triviality.